Good afternoon, YouTube modelers. Moose coming at you once again with another unboxing video. As you might have guessed, this is definitely one that I've been anticipating and I'm sure y'all look forward to. So, without further ado, it's the Meng Fokker Triplane. It's the Wingnut Wings tooling, or allegedly, I don't know if it's actually been confirmed, but it's the Wingnut Wings tooling. I've got the special limited edition with the Red Baron bust. So without further ado, let's swing down to the desk and take a look what's in the box. Alright, so as you can see, it is the Meng 1/32 scale Fokker Dr.1 triplane. The Red Baron, so special limited edition. It is kit number QS002S. I'm assuming the S is for the special limited edition. So that's just a slide off. Very beautiful box art. I love that. Shows them in action, flying over the countryside. On the side here, you can see one of the other markings. AK color callouts here, so quite a few of them. On that side, just another picture. There's the Red Baron's triplane, a little bit of history and the bit of kit info. Nothing about it being Wingnut Wings in there. I almost wondered if they'd mention it or not. There's the other end. And if we pop the top, right off the bat we are greeted with sprues of plastic. I'll pull those aside. That appears to be the shoulders of the bust. I'm guessing his head is in there. A few more bits of plastic, clear, and decals and instructions. Set those aside. So as you can tell, I have not peeked in the box at all. You guys are seeing exactly what I'm seeing. The instructions are in a plastic pouch. Let's get those. Alright, so as usual for Meng, their format, very thin paper, nice quality. Already off the bat I'm not liking, I guess because I'm expecting Wingnut Wings, I was expecting a fancy wingnut style instructions, but I'm not surprised that they're the Meng style. So as we can see here, start out by building the seat, building up some of the cockpit controls. Over here we fit those then into side frames. Fuselage halves, it looks like there are some holes to be opened up throughout on both sides. Not sure what that's calling out. I'll have to take a look a little later, closer, before we put the cockpit into the two halves and close that up. Fitting on the front firewall as well as the landing gear. It looks like there's an option here. I don't see the difference other than the part number. Oh, okay, for the different variants. Looks like there's a rib that goes along the bottom to kind of seal that closed. You got a few bumps that go on the front before we fit the horizontal stabilizer and the rudder on the back. Again, there's two different options depending which version. One's definitely more circular, one's more straight and squared up. Then we start building the middle wing, so adding some struts and a couple detail parts, a little bit of painting to go on that. Fit in that middle wing to the fuselage. Then we attach the lower wing and the gusset plate that'll hold that in place. Not sure what those are. I'm not familiar with World War I airplanes that much, so bear with me. It looks like there's some photo etch that gets rolled for the cooling jackets on the machine guns. So there's two different ones with their feed chutes. It looks like they fit together. Then down here, before you finally add those in, as well as a couple more details on the outside lower part. From there, some instruments get added with some decals, individual, and then we go to the upper wing with the ailerons. Again, two options there depending on which version of the plane you're building. Drop down to the bottom, build the landing gear assembly with the wheels, and then we start building the engine. Looks like there's an option on the engine depending on which marking you're going with, again, on part of the cylinder. The back half looks like it's the same regardless the front. Oh, okay, I see there's a difference. And building that up, attaching some of the plumbing and stuff to that. I'm seeing here something that looks like an E-clip that I'm guessing doesn't get cut so that the propeller can spin. And then we attach the radial engine to the front, some struts for the horizontal stabilizer on the back, and then as well as the landing gear finally. And the final step, the appropriate propeller depending on which version you're building, as well as the cowling around the engine goes on, and that'll finish her off. So kind of strange, so we're halfway back, and here's where they give you the parts trees. I definitely would have preferred that to have been page 1, but hey, whatever. Decal sheet, again a photo etch sheet, and then the markings. So the A marking is of the Red Baron, of course. 2 pages, nice big colorful pictures. So that'll make it real handy, real easy. The B marking is for Lieutenant Werner Voss. That one's kind of cool. It's got like a face on the front of it. A little comedy factor. Definitely more involved with a paint scheme. I'm definitely going to do the Red Baron. I mean, the others are irrelevant to me. I haven't done anything Red Baron. So there's the C marking, and finally the D marking. Again, color callouts in the back. They give you AK colors as well as Acryvision. I've never used AK or Acryvision or Crision or whatever that is. I'll probably look up some conversion charts to do Mr. Color. So there was also these with the instructions, but it's double-sided. It's like a insert. It's all in Chinese. Here, oh, okay. So here's like the English version of that. The same text with a few more pictures. Again, more languages. So it looks like it's just a little like history of the triplane. That's kind of cool, and it's, as you can see, hole punch, so you can put it in a folder or something. Let's set that aside, and decals. I'm not going to pull those out. I mean, they're pretty standard. So lots of German. Is the Maltese? No, that doesn't sound right. Like the cross, and then our bit of photo etch. We'll sling that. So not much photo etch. Seat belts, the cooling jackets, and a couple other little things that get added. Looks like gun sights there. So we'll start with the clear sprue. I'm not going to take it out of the bag just because I don't want to scratch it, but there you can see like the windscreen, gun sight, and stuff like that. So digging right in on the plastic. Probably should have. Oops. That one failed. I hate stapled bags. Really do. I hate that with Tamiya. So the first sprue F, has one of the tails, a couple of the cowls, the rudder, some of the air ailerons, the wheels. I'll bring you up for a little closer. I'll probably have pictures on my website of this for a true unboxing. Yeah, the detail's really good. I don't see no ejector pins anywhere on this, so that's great. That's what I was fearful for, because I don't want to mess up the texture of that. Next up, we have sprue. Oh, come on, Meng. Sprue D, which has one of the propeller options, the bottom, the landing gear, and yet another cowl. I'll show you a little closer up of that. So the texture on those is phenomenal. There are ejector pins on the back of that, as you can see, but they're not going to be visible. Great detail. It's definitely, you can tell, a wing nuts mold. I'm not sure what that part there is, but it's got some great detail as well. So the next one, I'm not going to bother taking this one out of the bag, is sprue E, which is the engine. So you can see great detail on the cylinders. There's like the piping for it. There's individual caps for each of the cylinders, so that's pretty cool, rather than being all molded. So again, there's the two variations of that. So you can see the first noticeable thing I think is there's extra row of bolts in the center versus that one, which doesn't. Getting into the final couple sprues. Oh my goodness. Where's my knife? There it is. Again, these bags are ripping like crazy. I hate staples. I really wish everybody would just go with resealable bags. Alright, so here is sprue B, which, as you can see, contains the two halves of the fuselage, all three wings, two of the propeller options, and the two struts for the landing gear. And those, as you might be able to tell, are actually slide molded, which is pretty cool. Not sure which kind of detail you would need that you'd need the slide molding. But this sprue is hefty. I mean, the thickness of the fuselage sides, if you could tell, is pretty thick. I mean, they're solid. There are ejector pins on the inside there. A couple there and there. I'm not sure if those will be visible, so I'll have to take a look at that. Really nice solid bracket there that I'm noticing for the landing skid. So that's the bottom wing, I believe. Middle, top. I might be totally wrong. So they're one-piece wings that's got the upper and lower surface. I don't know how well, like, the stretched fabric details showing up in the video, and real fine details on that. You can feel them, so those will build up great. Lots of detail on the inside of that one there. And the final sprue didn't rip. Sprue A has a lot of basically a lot of the detail parts. So you can see the other option for the horizontal stabilizer, the ailerons there, another piece. I thought that was the landing gear, so maybe there's two options for that. Another rudder, the sidewalls of the cockpit on the ends, wheels, a bunch of the control yokes and stuff, instruments I'm seeing up there. There's the machine guns. They do include, I'm seeing now, there's an option to not use the PE, so you can, if you're against that, or the one if you decide to use the PE bracket. Seat. So I'll zoom y'all in and take a look at the parts. I'll kind of work my way around. So the control yoke and the rudder pedals. Those sidewalls are gorgeous. The other landing skid. Struts for the wings. Definitely got a nice stretched fabric effect on that. I think that might be the back wall. Again, the wheels actually have text. Continental. It looks like it's spelled correctly to me, so they must have gotten licensing. There's the other sidewall, one of the cowls. So there's the machine gun. So even the ones with the brackets on them, or the cooling jackets on them, actually look pretty darn good, if I say so. Some of the feed chutes and accessories. Lots of very shallow ejector pins, so that's the way I like them. I'd rather be that way, especially if it's not going to be visible. Some backside detail over here, that's pretty cool. So I guess last but not least thing, we'll get them out of the bags, is the bust for the Red Baron himself. Let me get these staples out. Definitely don't want to rip these because I gotta send it cross country, and we all know how the Postal Service is doing recently, so gonna have to take extra precaution. There we go. Alright, so starting with the head, wow. Give them a spin around here for you so you can see all the detail. So I knew it was a 1/10 scale bust, and funny enough, I guess I didn't realize how small 1/10 scale actually would be. But that'll still make, so there, like I said, there's his head, and come on, the bust of it. Thought that was a defect right there, like why was there that slip, but his collar. So the head plugs in, got a nice mounting hole. Yeah. Like I said, that's going to be sent to my buddy Ed. He's going to paint it for me. So that'll be cool to see. So hope y'all like the unboxing of that. Let me know what you think below. As soon as this P38 is off my desk, that's going to be the next one I think I'm going to end up doing. It'll be pretty cool to dig into. I'm itching for, sorry, people walking by my house outside. Itching to do another airplane, and I think that'd be a great one. I'll have to look up some references for pictures of the plane itself so I can get some of the colors accurate, since the instructions, unfortunately, I guess I was expecting winglet quality with all the color callouts and references and everything like that. I can't be surprised that Meng didn't. I mean, it's their own company, it's their own product now. Looks like it's going to be a really cool build though, so thank you all for watching. Comment, like, subscribe, and I'll see you all next time.